Hello, I am Danaya Nuli, and today I'll explore how immersive experiences and storytelling through VR, AR, mixed reality, 360 video extend far beyond entertainment. We look at applications in education, healthcare, marketing, social impact, and more. Immersive storytelling extends far beyond entertainment. It matters because it's not just about games or films, it has the power to teach, inspire, and even transform the way industries connect with people. In education, VR and AR make abstract concepts concrete. Imagine exploring the solar system in VR or bringing literature to life through immersive scenes. These tools increase engagement, retention, and collaboration among students. VR and AR environments allow learners to engage in realistic simulations, enhancing skills through active experiential learning rather than passive content delivery. For example, students can explore complex scientific concepts or historical events as they were physically present. Specifically, Google Expeditions has allowed millions of students to take virtual field trips to the Great Barrier Reef or the outer space or inside the human heart. These experiences make abstract concepts tangible, improving both engagement and retention. Immersive storytelling in training allows learners to practice in safe, realistic environments, like pilots using VR flight simulators. Research shows immersive training also improves skill transfer and memory. In healthcare, immersive tools support both medical training and patient therapy. Surgeons can practice procedures in VR before performing them, while patients can benefit from exposure therapy or pain management programs that use VR's ability to distract and calm. VR programs help calm patients during painful procedures by immersing them in soothing and distracting worlds. AR can also guide patients through treatment steps, making healthcare more accessible. For example, VR has been increasingly used in exposure therapy for PTSD and phobias. The program Brave Mind, developed at the University of Southern California's Institute for Creative Technologies, immerses military veterans into realistic yet controlled virtual scenarios that mirror their traumatic experiences in war zones. And through storytelling, exposure, therapists can gradually adjust the intensity of the narrative, starting with less triggering environments, such as riding a military vehicle or moving toward more vivid recreations, like patrols or ambushes. The story unfolds interactively, giving patients agency over how they navigate the scenes, which helps reduce avoidance behavior and build coping mechanisms. Research also shows that such immersive storytelling reduces symptoms of anxiety and PTSD while making therapy more engaging and less intimidating than traditional talk based methods. In marketing and retail, immersive campaign engage consumers in memorable ways. For instance, letting them virtually try on products or interact with the brand story in AR mode. For example, IKEA's AR app let users place furniture virtually in a specific room in the house. Immersive storytelling is a powerful empathy machine too. The VR film Clouds Over Sintra placed viewers in a Syrian refugee camp, increasing donations to humanitarian organizations. Stories like these move people emotionally and inspire action. And this kind of applications not only educate but also foster empathy and connection to diverse cultures. Moreover, they let us live another person's life, whether it's understanding disability through VR simulations or experiencing cultural traditions. Those stories deepen empathy and reduce stigma. Another field that immersive storytelling is used concerns cultural preservation. Cultural institutions use immersive storytelling to preserve heritage. For example, AR overlays in museums let visitors see ancient ruins reconstructed in real time. VR reenactments allow us to step into historic events, making culture more accessible. Another example in cultural preservation is the Anne Frank House VR tour, which offers a powerful narrative experience of historical empathy, enabling students and visitors worldwide to explore the secret annex in a deeply emotional and accessible way. Okay. One of the most powerful advantages of immersive storytelling is the sense of presence, the feeling of being there. Unlike traditional media, VR and AR create environments where users feel physically and emotionally part of the narrative, which leads to stronger memory retention and deeper understanding. Immersive technologies also support active learning. Instead of passively watching, reading, learners interact directly with the content, solving problems, making decisions, and experiencing consequences in real time. This fosters higher retention and supports constructivist learning approaches. Another unique strength is empathy building. It transforms passive audiences into active participants, leading to stronger learning, empathy, and memory. By placing users inside another person's experience, whether through a refugee journey, like we said before, or a patient's perspective, or a historical figure's environment, immersive storytelling promotes perspective talking and emotional connection that traditional narratives often cannot achieve. Finally, the interactivity of immersive experiences, whether through gesture control, voice commands, manipulating a 3D object, that keeps learners engaged and motivated. These advantages of immersive storytelling lie in its ability to fully engage senses, emotions, and cognition. This interactivity transforms storytelling from a passive to a participatory experience, which is particularly powerful in education and training. But while immersive storytelling offers exciting opportunities, it also comes with important challenges and that we must acknowledge. First, there are financial and resource constraints. High quality VR headsets, AR devices, and content development tools remain expensive, which can create inequities between well funded institutions and those with fewer resources. Second, technical limitations such as motion sickness, eye strain, connectivity issues can reduce the effectiveness of experiences, especially for younger learners or first time users. As highlighted by Conrad, physiological discomfort can directly impact engagement and targeted outcomes. Third, there are accessibility and equity concerns. Not all learners have equal access to devices or the physical ability to interact with immersive environments. And that's why ensuring inclusive design is crucial. Fourth, ethical issues emerge around data privacy, consent sensitivity, and the psychological impact of hyper-realistic experiences. Research stresses that multisensory immersion must be carefully balanced to avoid overwhelming the users. Finally, there's a challenge of meaningful integration. Professionals need both time and skills uh, to meaningfully incorporate these tools into their field rather than treating them as a short term novelty. Addressing these challenges requires thoughtful planning, cross disciplinary collaboration, and a strong focus on accessibility and ethics. Keeping all this in mind, let's talk about ethical considerations and how crucial they are when we apply immersive storytelling in sensitive fields like healthcare or social impact. Ethical considerations become even more crucial. The first major issue is data privacy and informed consent. Many immersive applications collect biometric or behavioral data through wearables and sensors. In healthcare, for example, this might include heart rate, eye tracking, or emotional responses. Protecting this data and ensuring patients or participants understand how it will be used is essential. Second, there is the question of psychological safety. Because immersive storytelling can feel incredibly real, poorly designed content may trigger trauma, anxiety, or emotional distress. For example, VR simulations for PTSD treatment must be carefully managed by trained professionals to avoid re traumatization while still providing therapeutic benefit. Third, preservation, representation, and bias matter. Immersive environments often tell stories from particular perspectives. If certain communities are misinterpreted or excluded, the technology risks reinforcing stereotypes instead of challenging them. In social impact initiatives, creators must ensure inclusivity and cultural sensitivity. Fourth, equity and accessibility must be considered. If only certain groups, such as wealthy institutions, have access to high quality immersive tools, we risk deepening existing inequalities in healthcare and education. Finally, ethical use depends on responsible design and implementation. Developers, educators, and practitioners should follow ethical frameworks to emphasize transparency, inclusivity, and user well being. Research points out that immersive system must avoid overstimulating or overwhelming users while still providing meaningful engagement. By addressing these ethical concerns with care, immersive storytelling can empower rather than exploit, ensuring that the technology is used to promote healing, empathy, and social good. Immersive storytelling offers organizations and industries new ways to communicate and connect with their audiences, going far beyond traditional media. One of the most powerful uses is in brand storytelling and marketing. Companies can create VR or AR campaigns that let customers step inside a brand's story. For instance, Coca Cola's AR holiday experiences allowed users to interact with animated characters on their soda cans, making advertising interactive and memorable. This kind of immersive engagement builds emotional connections that traditional ads cannot. Organizations also use immersive environments for training and professional development. Instead of passively reading manuals, employees can experience real world scenarios through VR simulations, like Walmart's VR training for customer service or emergency procedures. This not only improves retention, but also builds confidence in applying skills under pressure. Customer and stakeholder engagement is another area where immersive storytelling shines. Museums, for example, have AR apps to let visitors explore exhibits interactively, while businesses host virtual product launches and conferences in VR to reach global audiences without physical barriers. Immersive storytelling is also effective in culture and social impact communication. Nonprofits may use VR documentaries to place viewers inside a refugee camp, fostering empathy and increasing donations. These experiences communicate urgency and human connection in ways that written reports or photos cannot. Finally, immersive technologies are redefining events and collaboration. Platforms like Spatial.io allow organizations to host interactive meetings and storytelling workshops in 3D environments. This not only connect teams but also enhances creativity and engagement. By embracing immersive storytelling, industries can shift from simply delivering information to creating experiences that audiences live, remember, and share. The result is stronger trust, deeper understanding, and, of course, lasting impact. When we look 10 years ahead, immersive storytelling has the potential to transform multiple industries, creating experiences that are not just engaging but also life changing. In education, storytelling has the potential to become a standard teaching tool. Imagine history lessons where students walk through ancient Rome in VR, interact with historical figures, or co create stories in augmented environments using tools like CoSpaces at Edu. These experiences don't just convey knowledge, they build empathy, motivation, and critical thinking. In healthcare and therapy, VR storytelling will play a major role in treatment and recovery, following a more personalized approach. Interactive AR overlays could help children with autism navigate social interactions by turning everyday encounters into narrative based learning. Marketing and retail will also evolve. Brands are beginning to shift from selling products to selling experiences. In the future, customers might try on clothes in AR story worlds that match their lifestyle aspirations. This deepens consumer trust and loyalty. For cultural preservation and heritage, immersive storytelling can safeguard traditions and histories that risk being lost. Museums may offer holographic AR guides or 360 reenactments of cultural rituals, ensuring accessibility for global audiences who cannot travel. This could democratize culture and promote intercultural understanding. Finally, immersive storytelling will impact social change. Governments and NGOs may use VR to help citizens experience the impact of, let's say, climate change on coastal cities, or AR apps to visualize urban planning projects in their neighborhoods. By turning abstract policy into lived experience, storytelling can drive empathy, awareness, and consequently action. The common thread across all these industries is that immersive storytelling makes people feel part of the story rather than passive observers. This participatory shift is what will make immersive media one of the most transformative tools for the next decade. In conclusion, immersive storytelling is not just entertainment. It's a powerful tool for education, training, empathy, social change, innovation. As the technology evolves, its role in shaping how we learn, how we work, and how we connect will only grow stronger. Thanks for watching.